Hello and welcome to Polk County, the heart of Central Florida. I'm Murtis Young, Historic Preservation Manager. Join me as we travel on the Heritage Trail to visit Polk County's rich and diverse historic sites. The diverse history of the area is evident across Polk County, from city centers and urban neighborhoods to rural farms and cultural landscapes along our roads, railways, and rivers. History allows us to explore sense of place, the unique character of the county, and learn about the numerous people and events that shape the region. In celebration of this rich cultural heritage, the Polk County Heritage Trail was developed to highlight more than 150 years of county history. From historic homes and museums to Civil War sites, the trail provides an opportunity for communities to share their local history in the authentic locations where it happened. Join us in exploring the Polk County Heritage Trail. Today's stop on the Heritage Trail brings us to the Lake Wales Museum and Cultural Center, locally referred to as the Depot. Establishment of the Lake Wales Land Company in 1911 began the settlement of this area known as the Crown Jewel of the Scenic Highlands. Sensing that this newly developed area was a good location, the Atlantic Coastline Railroad added Lake Wales to the Haines City route, even though it was sparsely populated. The first depot building, built in 1911, was a white wood frame structure. Because transportation was available along with a natural supply of good pine trees, the Lake Wales Land Company chose to build a turpentine still for their naval store business. A second line was added in 1926. The railroad opened up Lake Wales for developers, settlers, and tourists, transforming this native wilderness into a growing hamlet. In 1928, the Atlantic Coastline Railroad built a more modern structure here on the embankment of the scenic highway. This distinctive building with pink stuccoed walls, parapets, and red barrel-tiled roof was constructed by the R.W. Burroughs Company following the then popular Mediterranean style. In 1938, additions were made to the depot, a loading platform and a freight room. The boom time ended with the advancing economic depression and came back following World War II. By 1954, all passenger service to Lake Wales was halted. Freight service shifted to the West Lake Wales Station in 1974. Trains no longer stopped at the depot. A few items remain from the original structure: the ticket window and the freight depot Y-bracket support structures. The 1976 Bicentennial Commission organized the Historic Lake Wales Society. This group received the depot building from the Seaboard Coastline Railroad, giving it a new designation as a cultural museum. The preserved structure was added to the National Register of Historic Places in 1990. The Depot Museum holds an array of artifacts, documents, photographs, and ephemera unique to Lake Wales. This yellow depot building, originally built in 1916 as the Seaboard Airline Depot, was originally located at the corner of Kissimmee Avenue and Scenic Highway. This rail service delivered passengers and freight from Tampa to the East Coast. This service ended during World War I. In 1975, the railroad company gave the building to the city of Lake Wales, where it was moved to serve as a storage building. This structure was moved to this location in 1993 to become part of the historic corridor. The lovely wrought iron fencing outside the depot has its own history. During the early to mid-1800s, it bordered a Baltimore cemetery, but was taken up during the Civil War when there was a shortage of iron. Two former Baltimore residents came into possession of the fence and brought it to Haines City when they moved here. For a while, the fence adorned their private yard, but they donated it to the American Cancer Society charity event when the historic Lake Wales Society brought it to the developing Cultural Heritage Center. Originally built for the Lake Wales Women's Club in 1920, the Crystal Lodge was located on the parcel near Crystal Lake. It was moved from that lot to make way for expansion of the existing library. Over time, this white wood-framed structure served as home for the Chamber of Commerce and also operated as the city's first lending library. The former home of Lake Wales developer and founder Mr. E.C. Stewart was moved from its original site to this location in 1994 as a part of the city's preservation plan. Known as the Stewart Dunn Oliver House, circa 1905 to 1920, it represents the Florida bungalow style with offset gable roofs and decorative eaves brackets. The Lake Wales Museum and Cultural Center continues to provide a strong sense of place and history of the local community. We invite you to hit the road and discover these and other interesting places on Polk County's Heritage Trail.